We all know that RDJ is coming back to the MCU as a variant of Doctor Doom for Avengers 5 Doomsday with the Russo brothers directing. And honestly, this is a miss from Marvel. This is such, to me, a letdown. Marvel's been going through the ringer the past couple of years, and frankly, they've been very hit or miss. We've said this a few times. And to me, this just feels really lazy and a cop out. It's lazy writing to not try to finish Kang. I get that it didn't work. You could just recast him, but putting Doctor Doom into this situation, especially bring back RDJ as a variant for it, just because it's RDJ, it's guaranteed to make you money. 100%. It's going to make you money. It's probably even going to be a fantastic movie. It's probably going to be really good, but it's a cop out. It is
Yeah,
100% a cop out.
man, I saw it yesterday. I was at a wedding, and as soon as I got home, Griff was in the middle of a move. I was at a wedding, and as soon as I got home, I try to catch up with as much of Comic-Con as possible. And one of the first things that was everywhere was this. And we had heard rumors about this about a week before, and we've agreed that we both hoped that it was a dumb rumor.
Yeah.
Um, I feel almost like sending out a disclaimer. Neither Griff nor myself, and I know because I've spoken to him about this at length, are we complaining about RDJ.
He's amazing.
He's or the Russo brothers. RDJ is perhaps one of the top 10 actors out in Hollywood right now. The guy can do comedy, he can do drama, he can do action, he can do, you know, superhero stuff like no one can. For all intents and purposes, without him, we wouldn't have the MCU.
Oh,
He
without a doubt.
was phenomenal as Iron Man. Having said that, and I'm not saying that he's going to suck as Doom.
He's gonna
Absolutely
rock
not.
it.
He's a phenomenal actor. And given a good script and a good story, he's going to be a tremendous villain for the MCU. And we'd be okay because we had spoken about this before about the possibility of RDJ returning as Iron Man for Secret Wars. Because Hugh Jackman
Yeah.
was like, I'll come back, but I want a scene with Robert Downey Jr. But we all just assumed that it would be a variant of Tony Stark Iron Man. Now, and before you guys blast us off in the comics, Griffin and I have read the comics. We understand that there's comic book iterations of Tony Stark where he does, something so fucked up happens in his life that he ends up becoming Doctor Doom. We get that. But I agree with Griff 100%. It is a cop out. It's the easy sale. It's like, well, we haven't really been putting as much asses in the seats as we used to.
Yeah.
But guess who does put asses in the seats? Robert Downey Jr. Let's call him back.
And it's funny
He
because like
doesn't want to
even
do
with
it.
that, like Deadpool 3 just making 400 over 400 million worldwide opening
You,
weekend.
and that's one of my biggest issue with this announcement is we just came off a big win. And I say we, not that, we're part of Marvel or anything, but as Marvel fans,
Yeah.
if you guys have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you know what I'm talking about. That movie, although admittedly so it has its flaws, it's a phenomenal movie. It's a fun ride. It's good. You walk out of there and Griff was sick. He forgot about how sick he felt during the movie. It's a great movie. And then to
It's
hear this kind of shit, and again, I'm not dogging on RDJ. I mean, I hope to one day shake that dude's hand and just tell him how, you know,
that'd be cool.
much I've enjoyed his movies. And I know he's going to kill it. And it almost sounds weird me saying, complaining, and also saying that he's going to kill it as Doom because he's going to fucking kill it as. I mean, make no mistake, guys. He's going to be. There's few people that can do what he does,
Yeah.
but there's so many people. But my wife saw the thing and she was like, "Wait, what the fuck? Isn't he?" It's almost like
It's
James
Jason
Gunn's
Momoa.
Jason Momoa
Yeah.
now being um,
Lobo.
Lobo.
It's our
She
same
was like,
complaints
"Wait," and
applied.
and a lot of my wife's cousins they were like, "Wait." I had one ask me today. He was like, "Wait a second, wait. But is he going to be Iron Man and Doctor Doom, or why is he now Doctor Doom?" And me trying to sit there and explain it. Although, again, I'm not claiming to have all the knowledge in the world, but Griff and I, we could, read our way around a comic and try to explain that. But to the normal audience member, they're like, he literally looked dead in my eye and he was like, I don't fucking get it, dude. Like, why doesn't he said this, I swear. Why don't they just bring him back as Iron Man? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I have a theory about the storyline, and I'll get into that later. And I think it makes a lot of sense, but I think just bringing RDJ back, especially when he's so adamant when he left Iron Man that he was not coming back to Marvel. We know Kevin Feige at some point was going to have to ask him. I'm a little disappointed he did say yes, but for this role, especially for Doctor Doom, who, in my opinion, is bigger than Thanos, probably one of the is the best character from Marvel and is by far their best villain. And you're just gonna put him in Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then we're just gonna leave him off for a
Well,
bit.
you and I had a conversation a while back where I know you disagreed with me, where I said I wanted Doom for Secret Wars, and you were like, I don't want Doom until after Secret Wars.
I still stand by that.
I get why. I did want Doom for Secret Wars. I just didn't want a variant
Doom
Doom.
fits so well in Secret Wars. He always has. He has in the comics. But given the storyline Marvel's been setting up with Kang, who fits that role in Secret Wars so well, it was unnecessary to have Doom as well.
Well,
Where
touching on Kane real quick, they asked Kevin Feige in this world tour of Deadpool and Wolverine. There was one particular reporter, I can't say names because I forgot the dude's name, but he was like, "Hey, okay, Kang, recast or not recast?" Kevin Feige's answer
it's just
sounded
abandoned.
very James Gunn. He literally was like, "Props for asking, but I'm not going to answer." Just fucking saying we know we're moving away from it, dude. Just that's such a, I know it's the
Especially since now we
politically
have
correct
Doom.
answer.
There's no reason to bring Kang back now that we're have Doctor
No,
Doom.
absolutely
There's
not.
not to mention we renamed Kang Dynasty. It's very disappointing. That's again, it's lazy. We're rebranding this to Doomsday with RDJ. You're gonna get a ton of cash. It is a great business move, but it's still lazy and it disappoints me, especially since we have so many great actors who could replace Kang and you could continue with it. Because the issue with the recent Marvel movies has not, to me, has not been the multiverse storyline. That's actually been really good. They've done a good job with it with Loki. Kang was good in Quantum Mania, even though the movie's bad. They've done a good job building up to this multiversal war. It's just their projects have really shitty writing. It has nothing to do with the multiverse.
Exactly. I agree.
And you have John Boyega who wants to do it. You have John David Washington who would be
Dude,
perfect
there's so
for
many
it.
actors that could have rocked the role. Or
Even just bringing back Jonathan Majors may have been better than this, in my opinion. We've brought back people, and other studios have brought back people who have done a lot worse. And I know that sounds
absolutely.
awful, and I'm aware how that sounds. I guess just take that with my displeasure with this move from Marvel. The line that RDJ delivered at Comic-Con is perfect for this. And
Yeah,
honestly, it fits so well.
no
New
one works a
mask,
stage
same
like that
plan.
dude.
Yeah, new mask, same plan. And that fits Doctor Doom perfectly because Doctor Doom and Iron Man, they're very similar characters, two sides of the same coin. Doctor Doom just went one direction while Iron Man learned to win it different. It this role is going to be fantastic for him.
That is like the Joker, that it makes me think a lot of the Killing Joke and the Joker and the
Yeah.
fact that, just one bad day can make that fucking difference. And as Griff said, Doctor Doom is literally just that way. It was
But
just that one
also,
bad day that just pushed him in a different direction, as opposed to
yeah, I mean,
Tony Stark.
Doctor Doom had a lot of bad days. But I guess all with this, like the we have RDJ being Doctor Doom, who is assumedly going to be in Secret Wars, which
Oh, he's
means,
going to be he's the villain for fucking Doomsday
yeah,
and Secret Wars,
yeah,
guaranteed.
which means we probably won't get Doom introduced in Fantastic Four either, which takes place in the 60s and is set to release before. And that's very disappointing to me, especially since there's going to be a massive time jump from the 60s to present day. And Reed and Victor Von Doom may not know each other now.
Well, it's a 60s, but not
It's
60s
a
as
60s piece. Well, they're going to be in the 60s,
yes.
then they go get trapped,
And
60 years pass.
I know I've had I Pedro Pascal is not it's not who I would have picked for Reed Richards. But fuck me sideways if I didn't want to see Reed Richards and RDJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, that plays actually perfectly into my theory. So this is what I think is going to be the storyline for RDJ's character. So let's go back to Doctor Strange 2. Let's go to there for a minute. We get the introduction of the Illuminati, and one big character of the Illuminati is Iron Man. There's no Iron Man present in the Illuminati and on that Earth. So we don't have any RDJ characters present in that movie. We do have a Mr. Fantastic played by John Krasinski who rocked it. He's present, so we can assume Doctor Doom is present, given also the Baxter building, bunch of other clues. And then we have a couple of multiversal hopping characters wreak havoc throughout that dimension. And Doctor Doom, being Doctor Doom, wanting to protect his own, and his dimension, is going to collapse the multiverse into one world. And I think RDJ is going to be the Doctor Doom from Doctor Strange 2. That's my theory.
I can rock that.
And I think it fits. I mean,
Again,
it makes
us
total
saying
sense,
that we
especially with Secret
me
Wars.
me saying that I can rock that doesn't it's
It's
this
still lame.
still it's still bitter in my mouth. It's still a bitter taste.
But let's be honest.
It's not that we're unwilling to give it a shot.
When we get the teaser, we're gonna forget all about her.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna be there. We're gonna watch this fucking movie.
yeah, we're gonna
And
watch it
he's
a couple
going
of times.
and he's going to kick the Avengers' ass.
He better. If he
Oh,
doesn't,
he's
oh, I'm gonna
going
be
no, he's
so
going to
upset.
fuck them up. He's going to rock their world. I guarantee you that.
Also,
Leading
tangentially,
in,
Russo brothers, they're great, but also a boring pick, in my opinion. It's a
I
safe pick,
thought
but
it
it's
was
a
going to be
boring
Sean
pick.
Levy.
I thought it was going to be a
If I'm wrong,
lot of different people before the Russo brothers. But
I
given,
again, it's the safe. It's a safeguard. It's a
yeah,
cop out. It's like
but
let's go to what works.
credit to the Russo brothers as during Infinity War and Endgame, while they were going through all that, they said, yeah, we don't plan on working with Marvel again, but if we were, it would be for Secret Wars exactly. So at least they said that years ago, but
And
still,
now they're
safe
doing two.
choice,
They're
lazy.
doing
I mean, yeah,
Doomsday and Secret
it's
Wars.
Secret Wars Part 1, Part 2. Let's be
I
honest.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Doomsday sets up Secret Wars. That's and Secret Wars concludes this
It
arc. Now,
sucks that Doom only has two movies. He
well,
deserves so much more.
This Doom,
But okay,
soft reboot
yeah, but you're
after
gonna
Secret
introduce
Wars.
another Doctor Doom like 2 years after. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna be like five at least.
Or do you think we're keeping RDJ?
I really hope not. Especially, okay, I also think no, considering they
Okay,
specifically
if
said Doctor Doom variants.
yes, but he unifies the multiverse into one, and if he rocks it and it's money in their pockets, why not present him after Secret Wars as the official MCU Doctor Doom, as Victor Von Doom as we know him?
Let us know in the comments what you think about that. Uh,
I don't want that to
I
be
don't
the
want it.
case,
But it's also a
but
soft reboot. They can change whatever the hell they want. I hope no, because that would be no, no.
well, this is why Secret Wars exists.
So I Secret Wars exists.
So we stop with the fucking multiverse, which I admittedly have never been a fan of. It's too much, and it's a cop out. It's like, oh, you got
Yeah,
shot in the face. Well, here's your variant from fucking Earth, blah blah blah, and it
this
just
bullshit. Exactly. Just yeah, yeah.
it,
It's fucking
it's lazy
nonsense.
writing. I don't like the fucking multiverse. I just don't like it.
But at least once it's over, we hop into the mutant saga. So when it's over, we start rolling. We start rolling hard.
I am excited to see because I like the comics. I do like Secret Wars, but it's like I Griff has said this numerous times, and I cannot agree with anything else he said more than with this statement. Stop announcing shit. Stop, because it doesn't really matter until after Secret Wars. Right now, it's all fucking fairy dust. It's all up in the air.
Yeah.
It's all, Hulk could fight the Ice Cream Man right now and kill him and smash him, and in the process, slaughter half a dozen children. And it's like, oh, after multiverse, oh, then it never happens. Stop.
At least they haven't confirmed any projects yet. I mean, we still do have D23 next month, and
That is
Kevin
one thing that
Feige has
Marvel.
confirmed that's going to be bigger than Comic-Con, which doesn't shock me one bit. But they're probably going to
Me
talk about
changing
projects.
clothes is bigger than this year's Comic Con.
I think the biggest issue with that is, and it's very clearly it's Marvel. Marvel is the biggest reason why Comic-Con isn't why what it used to be. And partly because of COVID, but I think mostly because of Marvel. Well, Disney Marvel. So Disney bought Marvel, and Marvel's rocked several Comic-Cons since then. Um, I think this year's Comic-Con was, I think it was good. I think it was a good Comic-Con,
It's
Fantastic Four
better than it has
teaser.
been in several years, but
Yeah.
it's
But I
still.
think what a lot of people are doing and a lot of companies, because that Comic-Con is losing its magic because all these big geeky projects, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Amazon's probably going to start one at some point, has their own individual convention that they can market to everyone and charge a lot more. Like we have D23, we have DC Fandom, which is by far one of the best comic, well, I'm going to call it a comic convention. It's
I
not
think I
actually a
think I
Comic
think
Con,
I think
but
the first year, right? Because
the
then
first year with Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer, the Batman, the
yeah,
Flash,
because
that
after
was
that that shit did drop
rocked.
off.
Second one sucked. First one was amazing, but they all have these separate conventions that they try to do. And Disney and Marvel can afford to not really do anything at Comic Con and still get a lot of money from D23, especially since that's more for shareholders who are the actual money.
I do
And
get
I
the.
think
I knew we weren't
us,
going to get um big stuff like, for instance, Daredevil,
I don't know,
because
I did think we get some big stuff. I guess it's just not.
the cast of Daredevil was at some Galaxy Con or something like that.
They're
So
right.
I
They're in
knew that.
my town right now. They're
I
right
was
down
like,
the street.
if they're not at Comic Con, they're not showing shit, which
No,
makes sense.
but
It's
actually
TV,
I don't
so
know.
they're
It's
going to.
surprising because they showed Fantastic Four footage, which filmed last week, but not Daredevil. D23 again. They're saving a lot of
I
shit for D23.
I think they're doing. Well, my thought was they're doing TV stuff at D23.
They are confirmed to do some well doing everything at D23. There's gonna be a lot more stuff at D23.
I'm more excited for D23, and I have been for a while than I was, excuse me, for Comic Con.
Yeah,
Not
I mean
just for Daredevil, but like, Star Wars and all that
it's
other shit.
because
Well,
Disney does really good conventions. Comic Con I think, and honestly, I do agree with this. If you go and buy your ticket, you're gonna have a fantastic time. You're gonna have a blast. Comic conventions are the best. You're gonna be there
oh
with a lot
yeah.
of fans, dress up. Even in like the RDJ panel, I wouldn't be booing. I'd be cheering my ass
Oh, I
off. I
would have
don't care
lost
if
my
I like it or not. It's so much
yeah.
fun. You're going to be cheering. It is an event for people who buy the tickets, where people who do not, I understand, we get a lot less access, and that's how it should be. I completely agree.
One of our friends and one of our subscribers was, well, two of them actually were
Yeah.
at, and Bere, shout outs Bere. She texted me earlier today. She was like, I was in the Doomsday presentation. She was like, but you have to understand, I was in shock. I couldn't even, like, because I never thought it was going to be RDJ.
Yeah.
So just to see him it must
It's
have been
great. But like
fucking crazy.
all of that stuff is for people who go, and I understand that. So us who we haven't paid for the ticket, we're gonna get a lot less. Whereas D23, that's a live stream because again, we're not what's paying the money. So they can afford to do all of that and do all of their big stuff there and get us all hyped to do all the live panels because
I would be really surprised if we don't get a Daredevil Born Again trailer at D23. I think it's
that
almost guaranteed that
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
I really thought we are gonna get Captain America and Agatha at Comic Con, but I guess they want to do it early. Probably some.
Well, they did do Captain America stuff at
They
Comic
did.
Con.
They did confirm Sidewinder, which is
Lame.
expected. Um, but
It's
D23 is
not, the
going to be big.
character's not lame. It's just
It's a waste of
this might
potential.
exactly
Yeah. But no,
for Giancarlo
D23 I think
Esposito.
is going to be very big. At least it's in 2 weeks. We're going to do another video like this
Oh
in
yeah,
2 weeks
I'm
from
excited
today.
as all hell. And I hope we got better shit to say. And again,
I think
having
we're going
said
to.
that, we're big fans of Robert Downey Jr. I have yet to meet someone that's like, fuck that dude, man. We're all big fans of him. It's just that it's a cop out. And
It's
hopefully it's just
lazy.
for these two. And
Yeah.
hopefully these
But
movies are phenomenal and we're sitting here like, man, that shit was so cool.
gets
And
Marvel
I
Disney
can't
money, so maybe they can do riskier plays. I don't, maybe they're losing more
What
money than we
what
think.
do you think we're getting? I don't like using this phrase, but do you think we're getting like as, and I'm talking just visually, comic book accurate Doom, or do you think we're gonna get something like what the fuck is that? It's
Dude, I think after Wolverine and Deadpool, they're gonna go comic accurate. That suit was fantastic. I'd go comic accurate,
yeah.
or at least
I
very
just want
similar to.
I just want to see Doom in a green cloak, hooded with that
Hopefully he has a
fucking.
mask. He doesn't need to be scarred because it's
I
RDJ,
don't
but
need
at
him
least
to be
have a
scarred.
mask.
Yeah, I want it. I want him to have that mask, and he's got it right there. So just Robert, put the mask on, dude.
He will. He'll
Yeah.
have it for at least a scene. He'll be like something like Deadshot with Will Smith.
No, that sucked ass. Please don't say that.
You
I
know
don't
I'm
want
right though.
one scene with,
It's gonna be
yeah,
like one
no,
scene. It's
no,
it's
God,
it's gonna be like Doom's gonna walk in, have a big reveal, wear this mask, no one's gonna know who the fuck he is. He's gonna take it off, everyone sees it's Iron Man. Peter Parker's gonna have a mental breakdown in the corner, and then we're never gonna see the mask ever again.
I'm gonna hate that.
I know.
I don't.
But I am really looking forward to him taking off the mask and seeing
Oh
Peter
yeah, of
Parker have a
course. No,
mental
yeah, yeah,
breakdown. That's gonna be
yeah.
hilarious. That's
Not
a
just
terrible
Peter,
word, but yeah.
not
Imagine if they
just
bring
Peter.
back Gwyneth Paltrow for it. I don't think she's going to, but that'll be
Kill her
funny.
off screen.
If you enjoyed this video and want us to check out some more Marvel content, check out our Deadpool and Wolverine video. It is an absolute blast of a movie, and if you haven't seen it in theaters,
Go watch
go
that
do
shit.
so.